everyone, so for today's video I am talking to you about everything that you need to know when it comes to minions and servants, what they are, how you can use them, and what benefits they bring to your gameplay. Now before we jump into this video, please drop a like on the video, which is the big thumbs up button down below, and please don't forget to subscribe if you're not already. Let me know in the comment section any of the videos that you want to make, and I will be doing a DBoss one very soon, but let's jump into this video. Okay, so we're going to start off with what are minions. So the first thing that you need to know is minions are only craftable. You can't get them in crates or anything else like that. The sole purpose of a minion is actually a quicker way for you to speed up getting through your masteries and your mastery points and levels. You don't make any money off minions. They don't give you any items, XP, sky coins. They don't do anything other than mastery points. So right now I've got stone minions out. They are literally only going towards my stone minion mastery. I'm not going to get any stone off them, etc. You can only get minions in the mining masteries, the woodcutting masteries, farming, and mobbing. There is no minion for fishing, and there is no minion for bosses or elements or anything like that. Now, in order to use minions, you have to be level 1 in the mastery that you're looking to use. So for example, I'm actually wanting to do a cherry minion soon for woodcutting. You have to be level 1 in this, and then you can craft it, or you can place one down. So you can either craft the minion to use it, or you can buy one off auction house. If you buy it off auction house though, again, you do have to be tier 1 in that mastery. In order to craft a minion, you need to do the command mcraft. You will need a diamond tool depending on what minion you're looking to make. So if it is a mining minion, you will need a diamond pickaxe with no enchants. If you're looking to do a farming minion, you will need a diamond hoe. If we're looking to do a wood cutting one, it is a diamond axe. And if it is a mobbing one, it is a diamond sword. Then followed by whatever item you're looking to do. So just as an example, I've got a regular diamond axe with no enchants, and then I'm just going to go ahead and I actually got a stack of cherry wood just to show you how this works, and I just held down my right click button so that it spreads it out equally, and I can craft a tier 1 cherry minion. If I then place this tier 1 back in, you can upgrade it to a tier 2, which means that it just operates much faster, and then you can continue to upgrade this. I personally recommend probably upgrading your minion to around a level 5, in my opinion, is the sweet spot. But obviously it takes a lot of materials, so you may or may not want to do that. Now, when you have the minion at hand, you can go ahead and place it anywhere on your island. Now, when you go to place it down, you might get an error message or you might not. There is a limit to how many minions your island can actually use. So it is a maximum of 2 minions per player. So as a person, you can only have 2 minions on your island. So if you have a 10-man island, you can have a total of 20 minions. If you are Sea Director, which is one of the higher ranks on the game, the highest rank in fact, then a Sea Director has the ability to place an additional 5 minions down. Now that is per island. So if you have a 10-man island, it's 20 minions. If all 10 players on your island are Sea Directors, it is only 5 extra minions, so a total of 25 that you can place down. It's not 5 per person, it's per island. It doesn't matter if you've got 1 Sea Director and 9 magicians, it really doesn't matter, it's still the same number. So as you can see, I already have quite a lot of stone minions down. Don't ask me why, I wanted a super furnace. So I decided to craft a load of these. But once it is placed down, you don't actually have to do anything with it. I can rotate the minion so I can have it facing whatever direction I want, but there's nothing to it. There's no upgrades that you do. There's no way to collect anything. You'll just find when you're online, the mastery bar will start to go up as you play. You just need to be online for these to work. They do not work if you log off. Okay, moving on to servants. So servants are slightly different in the sense of these are things that will make you money. And if you have a lot of servants, you are going to be printing billions into the season. Now, servants, every single player who plays, regardless if you've got no rank or you've got the highest rank, if you complete 6 personal missions in here, then you will get a free servant. Okay, so next we're going to talk around servants. Now, servants are the complete opposite to minions, okay? Servants give you items back. You can have a servant mine or mob, and they will drop the ores or the mob drops, depending on whatever you've set your servant to do. And as you can imagine, the more that you have, the more drops that you're going to get, the more money that you are going to make. In order to obtain a servant, every single player, regardless of your rank, you could have a no rank or you could have the highest rank in game, you are going to need to go ahead and complete 6 tier 1 personal missions, and then you will get a free servant. In the command/servant, it will appear. You click here and then you can go ahead and place the servant down. Now, if you buy C Director, which is the highest rank possible in game, within that current season, you will get a additional servant. You don't get that servant every season. I do think that should be a feature change. I think regardless, you should get it every season, but it is only in the season that you buy the rank. That is when you get the second free servant. After that, in order to obtain a servant, you can only get them in / crates. They are in fantasy and mythical crates, as well as the monthly crates, or you can buy servant keys off the actual store from OPB. The other thing to note is you can actually get a servant key from Soul Shop, and a lot of people don't actually know this, but Soul Shop has a rotation and it actually changes the items that are in here from time to time, and sometimes a servant key does pop up. It also pops up in Black Market, but in my opinion, the price of it in Black Market is just not worth the money at all. The Soul Shop one, however, is definitely worth it, and most people do buy it if it rocks up in Soul Shop. So when it comes to the servant, you place it down and then you assign your servant a task. So right now, my task is actually set to mining, but I can go ahead and I can actually flip it to slaying. Early season, you want your servant to be mining because you can use the ores from it to place for island value if you're competing. You can use the nether scrap to craft multi-kill books. But as you start to get towards mid-season where better mob drops come out, that's when you're going to want to have your servant do slaying. And if it was me personally, you're also going to have to upgrade your servant. Now, the ones that you get from personal missions are set to level 1. The ones where you get a servant key and you go to / crates, you can open that servant up in / crates, and you can pull like tier 5, tier 8 servants, which obviously means that you're not having to spend money upgrading it to that level because it's already there. Now, you're going to want to definitely max these out. Mobbing is normally locked at a certain level until that mob is then out. And you're also going to want to upgrade the efficiency so that they work faster and harder. The other thing to note is you can actually rename your servants. So what a lot of players do that I know who have tons and tons of these is they will rename the servant max or complete or done once you've upgraded it to the highest possible level. So that way you don't have to keep going into that servant. You will start to get pages on pages, so you can hit next and go through each servant one by one to collect the items. Or there is now a new feature called Collect All, which means that you can collect all the items in one go. The other thing to note around servants is actually you can get servant skins, which I think is really cool. You can see the servant skins that I have locked and unlocked. These normally come into monthly crates, but I think they make them look really cute. Unfortunately, you do have to apply them one at a time. So obviously, again, if you have tons and tons of servants, you might not necessarily want to be doing that for all of your servants. And when I say tons and tons of servants, I'm saying 50 plus is probably the benchmark for what big time players will have for servants. The other thing to note as well is you need to be online pretty much 24/7 to make the most out of your servants. So if you're someone like me who likes to turn their PC off at night, I really recommend against having a servant because you're not online 24/7. To give you a rough idea, a max level servant, you're probably going to have it all around 3 times a day for collection. And that is at a mobbing level, being online 24/7. At a max mining level, you're probably looking around 2 to 3 days for it to be fully maxed. And the other thing that I would recommend is having toggle condense command switched on. So right now I've switched it off, toggle condense switch on, and then when you go to collect all on your servants, it will collect them all in condense, which means that you have fewer, but the value of them is much more. When it then comes to selling the drops from your servant, I recommend waiting for /RS to be whatever the mob drop is as you're starting to get towards mid-game, and then selling the item when they hit rotating shop, i.e. Dragon's Breath. You're going to want to wait until it hits here. Or the same when it comes to things like Nether Star. The other thing to point out is when you are selling the drops, you're going to want to use a sell booster, and you're also going to want to use a champ set. You are definitely going to want a champ set if you're having 50+ servants all the time. If you don't have a champ set and you're still wanting to sell the drops, I personally would message Top Islands because normally they will buy them higher than the sell price that you make, but lower than what they can sell it at, so that you're making profit and they're making profit. Because you could sell it at a normal value, they can sell it much higher with a champ set. So you sell it to them for a little bit more, so you're making profit, and then they will buy it off you and they will sell it for a tiny bit more so that they're also making profit. So it's a win-win both ways. And that is pretty much the video. Everything that you need to know around servants and minions. I hope this video has helped. Let me know in the comment section. Again, I would only use servants if you're planning to have 50+ and you're going to leave your PC on 24/7. Otherwise, my biggest tip is to sell them right now. Currently, we're on the 3rd of Feb. I'm selling servant keys at minimum for 550 mil plus to give you an idea. So make sure you're not getting undercut. Ask in chat, check auction house before you go selling servant keys. Make sure you don't get lowballed. But thank you so much for watching, guys. Give the video a big thumbs up, drop a comment, and I'll see you in another video very soon. But goodbye for now.